Or it's not. All right, everybody's logged on. I'm gonna hide some names. We're gonna ask some questions and all that good stuff, okay? See, you got me out of context, see? All right. What did you guys do on spring break? All of you that are logged on, please answer. Names are hidden, so no one needs to know who said what. We just want to know some of the good stuff you did this past break. You don't have to go in too much detail. If you stayed home, that's okay. I stayed close to home also. If you traveled, let us know, share. If you spent time with family, share. It's all up to you guys, okay? It's up to you guys. There you go, good stuff. Watch movies and relax. That's a great idea. Absolutely, absolutely. If you guys need the code, it's in the top left corner. I've already supplied the link in the chat. Let a few more in, no problem. What did you do on spring break? Folks, you can share if you like. It's no big deal. We just want to know all the fun and excitement we all had. If nothing else, just relaxation, getting our minds together, our thoughts, spending time with loved ones, friends, whatever have you. Okay. I rested and did some fun activities during break. Okay, awesome, awesome. Nothing much, just mostly gaming and hanging out. Okay, with my parents and friends. Nothing wrong with that. Not at all, not at all. What we got here? Nothing much, just okay. Hung out with friends and went to some parties. Okay. Okay. I hope that you were safe at the parties. Okay. Hung out with my friends mostly, spent time with friends. Okay. Pool party. You didn't invite us. Okay. Went to pool, fix holes in spring, walls. Okay. And Zumba. Okay. Tybee. Okay. Jet skis. I bet that was fun. Somebody said nothing. I got it. Go to a friend's house, had a lot of fun. I went to Puerto Rico. Hey, I've been there. It's beautiful. I'm sure you had a great time. Hung out with the family, went to the mall. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Went to Florida. Could have dropped me off back home. I knew that you were going out and hitched a ride. Went to Savannah. Nice. Savannah's beautiful also. Good stuff. Not bad, not bad. Okay, parents, okay. Well, guys, I hope you guys had a very restful break and all that good stuff. I stayed close to home myself, didn't do too much, so I definitely enjoyed my time just as much as you all did. We're gonna go to this next question. How would you like to finish the school year? Again, be honest as possible. No one can see who said what. Be honest. It's very important. It's very important because right now I want you guys to understand that we have less than about 33, 32 days left of school, not including the weekends, obviously, but of actual school. Guys, it's crunch time. You guys are going to be in high school very, very soon. How would you like to finish the rest of the school year? Some of you may be behind. Some of you maybe have taken things lightly, maybe taken some things for granted. But how do you want to finish? It's totally up to you guys. And if you don't really have a thought about it, then I mean, starting on May 1st is a little too late to start making up work that you've done in the first semester. First semester's closed. Okay. You guys got to step it up because guess what? All of this stuff you guys are doing now, high school is not going to tolerate it. You can't turn in assignments that are 2-3 weeks old. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work, guys. It's way different in high school. It's about credits. So if you don't earn those credits, then you will remain a freshman until you earn your 6 credits. And those 6 credits are not always easy. Not at all. Okay, I got it. I would like to finish strong and to be passing my classes. Okay. I would like to finish it quickly with high grades. I would like to have.
Alrighty, thank you again, Ms. Cox, for joining me for our third and final session right now for our coaching sessions. But before we kind of get started, I just want to kind of get your overall vibe of how you're doing. So how's everything going on in the classroom right now for you?
Very, very busy. I've taken a lot of the steps that we've implemented and executed them, and it's been very productive. Your coaching has been very, very effective for myself because I was able to tweak some things, use more technology in the classroom to get my students engaged.
Absolutely. And kind of sidebar for everybody, Ms. Cox is a special education teacher where she usually works in small group, but she's had to fulfill another role for a gen ed teacher who's been absent. So she's actually been working in a gen ed classroom for the past couple weeks with 20 to 25 students compared to her normal 7 to 8. So that's kind of changed up our goal a little bit. And that's why she said she's kind of had to take on more responsibility, but she's been doing an awesome job with it. But we've still been working with our goal and using our tech tool. So just to kind of review that for everybody, again, our goal initially was to have 7 out of 8 students be engaged in academic conversation with the teacher and peers per small group. And then our tool we selected was Nearpod, and we were going to use the Collaborate board, multiple choice, and open-ended functions of the Nearpod. So last time we kind of left by you picking a time for you to model this tech tool, and you recorded it, you watched it, I watched it, and we used this checklist that we started off last time, the checklist of using questions effectively with students, and we were going to use that checklist to kind of check yourself to see how well you were doing with this tech tool. So I guess my first question here is, what has gone well using Nearpod to increase student engagement?
They're more interactive. They're more attentive. They're higher likely to answer the questions because I presented for the class, so I wait for their responses. And honestly, it's helped my flow as far as organizing my lessons to kind of get them engaged from start to end. So
I totally agree with that. With flow, it really does kind of have a structure. With on Zoom, it's hard to model a normal classroom, but Nearpod and having those times for engagement and speaking and listening kind of helps with that structure. So that's what's going well. Good to hear. But my next question is, what roadblocks are you running into with Nearpod, or just trying to increase student engagement?
Trying not to be excessive with it. Clearly just making sure the kids understand what I'm asking and that it's kind of a starter to a finish and not this is just it. So when we go into lessons, they're still kind of waiting on the Nearpod. I'm like, okay, I've modeled, now it's time for you to execute. But that's really the biggest thing, because I think some of them rather me show them the entire way with the Nearpod, but it's kind of a, I do, we do.
And that's kind of what they've been used to at first, was
It is.
pretty much you are doing
Exactly.
the thinking and talking for them, and now they're kind of having to actually participate. So it is a change.
It is.
And it's important to kind of think about that change is messy, and it does take time for the desired outcome to really start to take shape.
It is.
So it's okay that roadblocks are happening. It happens very often when we are trying to change up our instruction. So thinking towards back our goal of 7 to 8 students engaged in academic conversation with either the teacher or the peers, what progress do you think has been made towards reaching that goal?
More students are actually completing their work that day.
Yeah.
That has been huge for me. They're actually putting assignments, and plus I'm putting assignments that they have the time to complete. I'm not spending too much time talking. So the Nearpod gives me that 10 to 15 minute window and give them that 45 minutes of class. So that's really, really been huge for me.
Okay, so
Really huge.
I've been seeing that too with where we started and where we're at now. Assignments are being turned in, and I'm actually seeing they're talking, they're interacting with each other. You can tell they're there, which has kind of been the hardest thing for this year. So we have some progress, and again, the way we were kind of checking ourselves with this goal was our checklist, okay? And I have it out in front of us right now, and we both kind of talked about this, and we were going to use this to kind of see what you were doing well with our goal. And the things that I saw in the video, you were asking questions to all your students. You were repeating, rephrasing, and reaching out while asking these questions, and you provided sufficient wait time. The two other criteria for this checklist were celebrate mistakes and avoid giving away the answers. I didn't check those on the checklist, and you said you didn't as well, but mainly because you weren't asking academic questions. You were asking about how their spring break went and what goals do they have for the rest of the year, which were kind of personal questions. There wasn't a right or wrong answer,
Right.
so you wanted to just kind of hear their thoughts,
Correct.
which is what was the purpose of those questions. So that was okay to do. So we didn't quite hit everything on the checklist. But I think moving forward, we could hit everything on the checklist if you started using these questions on Nearpod in regards to academic questions, where you're trying to check comprehension, check to see if they're being able to identify a central idea, theme, textual evidence. So using those questions for academic purposes also will, I think, help us hit this goal in this checklist. So we are at the point of our coaching session where we can say we've hit the goal or we haven't hit the goal. And if you say yes, you've hit the goal, we can continue to refine your use of the practice, or you can choose a new goal or take a break. We've done a lot of good work, so that could be an option. Or you could say no, and you want to either change the goal, change the way you measure progress toward the goal, stick with the same strategy as it is, revisit how you teach a new strategy, or simply choose a new strategy overall. So I guess the question again is, did you think you hit the goal?
I think I did.
Okay.
As far as the participation and the getting the work back from the students, I definitely believe I did.
And I kind of agree with that as well. You were able to completely transform the dynamic of the classroom by having them communicate and engaged. And that directly impacted your participation and submission of assignments,
Yes, it did.
which is, again, we talked about, is a hard time in
is hard.
this virtual platform. So going back to the actual wording of the goal, 7 out of 8 students, we might not have actually hit that exact mark.
No.
But I
We'll
think if we
probably
keep
change that group.
Yeah.
I would keep it, but add something to it.
good. Okay, so I think if we keep doing this and using this tech tool,
Definitely use it.
using these questions effectively with Nearpod,
Right.
open-ended, multiple choice, I believe we will be able to hit that mark. You'll be able to
Absolutely.
continue to increase engagement. Because like I said, change is hard it takes a long time to form, so I think we will see the desired outcome if we keep on using these questions
No, I
effectively.
totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
So I guess the last little bit right here, we just kind of want to sum up the process we just did together. At the beginning, we identified where we looked at your small group instruction, and we were able to see a current reality of your classroom, which was low engagement.
Right.
Then we selected a goal and a tech tool, and we used the using questions effectively with students checklist to help us monitor that goal.
We did.
Then you watched me use the tech tool to showcase engagement with my students. And then you also then used Nearpod, our tech tool,
Absolutely.
to increase engagement. And I believe you really have made great strides, and your students are participating and learning and being engaged. You've really kind of helped create a normal classroom
Right.
with this virtual environment. So I think our next steps really are just to keep it up. You're going to continue to use Nearpod and try to increase your student engagement by just keeping on using the same strategy. And I guess my last official question is, how did you enjoy this process?
I loved it. It was very helpful for me, and being still pretty new to teaching, I really got a lot out of it, and it was very productive.
And that makes me feel good, because this was my first time doing this process as well, and I appreciate you
Absolutely.
tagging along with this, and I really hope this was a powerful.
I got a lot out of it.
Absolutely. Okay.
I
Well,
definitely
thank you,
did.
Ms. Cox, and we'll continue this going. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.